from a franchise perspective. And look, with good teams, when you can play as badly as they did and still find a way to win, that's how you know you've got a pretty good team. And they did it not against a team that people expected them to beat. They did it against a really good divisional opponent. You've got to give them a lot of credit at this point. They're the best team.
All right, let's move on.
Second best team.
Carson Wentz. The Eagles have stumbled to a 3-4-1 start thanks in large part to lackluster play from their quarterback. Wentz leading the league right now with 12 interceptions. Okay. So, Brandon, the award for most disappointing team goes to blank.
Ooh, the Patriots. Coach, your boy, Bill Belichick, the GOAT, the greatest of all time, is having his worst season ever. And you know we got to hold each other accountable in the National Football League. As a general manager, he didn't get anybody to help Cam Newton. Cam Newton needs to play better, but also he needs to do a better job as a GM. And then as the coach, oh, Coach, come on. You can't tell me that he's having a great outing this year. So for that reason, I got to go with the Patriots.
All right, so my answer is the Cowboys, and I'm going to pull back the curtain a bit for the audience. While I have a deep, lifelong commitment to take integrity, at times, I must admit, it gets a little muddled in this regard. I find myself getting angrier at the teams that make me look bad. So the Cowboys, I am extra angry about because I picked them to go to the Super Bowl. So it's not only that they're disappointing, they're making me look like a fool. If you pick them to go to the Super Bowl, they're going to be last place in the worst division ever. So I'm disappointed in them, for their fans, for McCarthy, for Jerry Jones, and most importantly for myself and what had been a flawless year of 2020 predictions. The Cowboys, just the ultimate fly in the ointment for me, Wilds. So I say the Cowboys.
Okay, I appreciate that. I appreciate that nuance that you provided to the audience. Coach, hear me out on this, because no one's going to say this. The Falcons, who I think are oddly good. They're 2-6. They lost to the Cowboys because they didn't quite know the rules of onside kicks. Then Nick Foles went and had one of his Nick Foles games. They beat them. And then they just recently lost by scoring a touchdown. They could easily be 5-3. So for that reason, I think the Falcons, who are sneaky good, are the most disappointing team.
All right, Coach, you heard everybody's answer. Go ahead. Who had the right one? Be the judge here.
Wilds, you are absolutely correct. If you remember in the preseason, Atlanta was one of my surprise picks. They finished the season last year at 6-2. I thought that they were going to be able to build off of that. It looked promising, and it's been promising at points during the year. To blow the leads that they did and to lose the games that they've lost the way that they lost. Kevin, you are 100% right.
Bam-o, 1-0.
Not one for the Wild.
Wow.
For the K-Man.
So they're going to sneak in the playoffs, huh?
The Bengals, hang on, have struggled in the tough AFC North, but it hasn't been because of Joe Burrow and that little sports bra-like little Dicky thing there. The #1 overall pick has looked poised to do great things through the first 8 games of his career. But Brandon, the rookie of the mid-year, is blank.
Antoine Winfield Jr. It's not a sexy pick, but this guy's playing lights out. He's dependable, reliable. He's an amazing football player. I played against his daddy. One of the best cornerbacks I ever played against was this kid's dad, locked down in that slot, so super smart, and I see where he get it from. Amazing pedigree. This is the only rookie, 98% of his snaps. He's played all of the defensive snaps pretty much. He's also had multiple sacks, interceptions, and forced fumbles. It's not a sexy pick, but it's the right pick, Nick.
I think that might be the right pick for Defensive Rookie of the Year. I'm going to go on the offensive side. I have been so impressed by Justin Herbert. I understand they keep losing these big leads, but that's not his fault. 15 touchdowns, 5 picks. He didn't even expect to have to play that first game that Coach brought up earlier when he goes in because the trainer butchers poor Tyrod Taylor, and he gets them this close to beating the Chiefs. They had a huge lead against Tampa. They had a big lead this week until they blew it against the Broncos at the very end. I think he's been excellent. He can make all the throws. I was not that high on him coming out of Oregon. And I understand he needs more wins, but I think he's been excellent, Wilds. And I like I mentioned, I wasn't that optimistic about him coming out of school, and it looks like he's going to prove me dead wrong. He's been outstanding. I say it's Justin Herbert.
Okay, good call there.
He has been good.
All right, Coach, I'm on a hot.
He's nice.
I'm on a hot streak. I'm going Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Here's why I like him: 572 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns. Kind of fell off. He's also catching the ball. 204 yards catching, which is impressive because you never know what's a pass and what's a throw with Mahomes. Does that count as a run or a catch? You never know. So it's a little bit up in the air. God. But when I find myself watching Chiefs games, I actually get mad that they have so many weapons, and I'm mad specifically at Clyde Edwards-Helaire, so that's why I'm giving him the Rookie of the Year.
All right, Coach, be our judge for the right answer.
This is hard to do, but Nick is right. To me, it's Justin Herbert as well. The fact that he can go in and play as well as he did with such little notice, and you don't get any kind of preparation during the course of that week, and then play as well as he has subsequently. Typically, quarterbacks get coaches fired because they don't play well enough. He may get a coach fired because he's played so well and they're not winning. And to me, there's a lot of hope now for the Chargers franchise.
Good take.
All
for
right,
those keeping score at home, that's one
Nick's
Wilds, one me.
I know.
The old bagel for Brandon, 0. Nothing.
Right, well, hold on, there's still time.
No points.
Move it. I got nothing too, Brandon. Don't worry. On to a little MVP talk. A couple of veteran quarterbacks always seem to be part of that conversation. Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady have both led their teams to the top of their respective divisions at the midway mark. But Brandon, the most valuable player award goes to blank.
Yeah. Coach, if you don't agree with me on this one, then I'm just going to walk off set and you can just take my seat for the next block.
Okay.
But look, Aaron Donald's playing well. Freaking phenomenal. We got to show the defensive guys love when we're talking about league MVP. It continues to go to the offensive side. Derrick Henry's playing well. Let's throw his name in there. In Tampa Bay, Tom Brady is playing lights out. You just talked about it, Coach. How do you go into a new system and play this well so fast? This is a very good team. But I'm not going to change my preseason prediction. I said Russell Wilson before he took a snap this year, and I'm going to stick with it. This dude is so good that he just makes winning look average. He just makes it look so easy. Russell Wilson is not a trend. It's not a fad. He's not playing hot. This is his game, and he's so consistent. He's almost like Kawhi Leonard.
Oh, brother.
Russell Wilson's a really good answer. Unfortunately, it's not my answer. I just got distracted. I apologize. Someone just snuck in the back door of my house. Just like Patrick Mahomes is going to sneak in the back door and win this MVP. 21 touchdowns, 1 interception. Team 7-1. En route to being 15-1, baby. Russell Wilson, 1 fewer pick this year than Brandon's second favorite quarterback, Baker Mayfield. But nobody wants to talk about that. Russell Wilson has according to Brandon, the best receiver in football. I'm old enough to remember the narrative being Russell Wilson is doing it and he doesn't have the weapons Mahomes has. Well, now he's got the best receiver in the whole league. So how about that? Tyler Lockett's pretty good too. Patrick Mahomes never turns the ball over. The team doesn't lose. Patrick Mahomes, MVP. Kevin Wilds.
Stop it. Smear campaign.
That was
Go ahead, buddy.
the single most embarrassing thing I've seen on TV. Nick pretending that some...